Thinking of playing Death Ride Salerno, 29th Panzer Grenadier. Okay, German operations phase. Got a question. I wonder. So, German suppressed unit. If I wanted this unit, this recon platoon, if I wanted the platoon to move adjacent, and basically join that platoon in the fortification, basically shorten the lines and strengthen the defense here, point defense there. The rules say that a suppressed unit that is within 5 hexes of an enemy unit may not move closer to it. The it must be the enemy unit that's within 5 hexes, right? Suppressed units within 5 hexes of an enemy unit may not move closer to it. Here, of course, they're 1 hex away. Here, they're 1 hex away. They didn't move closer. So a strict reading of the rules. So right there, I'm going to go with the strict reading of the rules and say that they can do that. I don't know if that's the intent whatsoever, but start with, for now, strict interpretation of the rules. Now, when they move here, okay, so it can't be opportunity fire. Opportunity fire cannot be used against adjacent units. Where did I see that? I thought I saw that. Units that are not adjacent to enemy units may perform opportunity fire. So that unit is adjacent to enemy units. Units that are not adjacent may perform opportunity fire. Huh. That's funny. So does... I'm not sure it strictly follows then that units that are adjacent may not perform opportunity fire. Huh. But I will say that is the intent of that. Units may perform defensive fire as many times... Okay. As many times as enemy units move into an adjacent hex. So that would apply. Okay, so... What's the difference? Would you ever want to use opportunity and not defensive fire? I don't know about that. I mean, the penalty is the same. Opportunity fire or defensive fire -3. There is no difference there. Now, if they're going to, let's say, use defensive fire, if they're going to use defensive fire, my next question is, when the unit moves into here, I just answered my own question. I don't think the fire happens, quote unquote, before the Germans get into the fortifications, because nowhere in the rules does it ever talk about any type of game action, a discrete action of getting into, or for that matter, out of a fortification. The fortification, again, is just in the hex. It's kind of it's almost like a property of the hex, so to speak. So, yeah, okay. So I'm talking this all through. So first of all, I'm going to allow him to move laterally because he didn't move closer to an enemy. I mean, clearly, suppressed units still have some capability of moving. If they are within 5 hexes of an enemy, they cannot move closer to that enemy. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it actually moves closer to this one. And for that matter, this one and this one. Okay, never mind. So we can't do that. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it shortens the line. Yeah. Yeah, so the it would be each of these. It's not just the closest, it's it. So it would be all of these. It would be every single one of 1, 2, 3. So This suppressed unit is within 5 hexes of all these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, except for him and the supply unit. So it's within 5 hexes of all these Americans. So of all of these Americans, in each individual case, it cannot move closer. Okay, so that takes care of that. Huh. So he could move away and then recover. That's true. Well, you know, he's going to do that actually. So his movement allowance is reduced by the suppression as well, so minus 20%. So again, it's 8 times 0.8, so it's 80% remaining of 8, which is something like 6.4 or something like that. I use the calculator. I don't know that off the top of my head. Maybe I will start memorizing some of these, playing this game more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, never mind. He's still okay. So he can only. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he will do that. We'll see how this works. I'm not trying to make a good tactical move. I'm actually trying to see what this does for the Americans in a game mechanics sense. Okay, so he moves back. He has 6.4 movement points. That is up a level. It is a hill hex. Okay, I'm talking about this one right here. So he's going from here to here. He's going up in elevation. He's going into a woods hex, into a hill hex. I think those are all that apply. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he has enough, but not much left over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I guess you can move laterally, because that makes sense. Okay, so that is a moved full. Here you can choose who to fire at. So yeah, it's going to fire everything at the let's see. See, he's going to fire everything at the top unit there. Still in the open, clear, still in the clear. So we know his defense is 20. That's easy. Here again, it is secondary times 2 plus primary times 1. No change there. So it is 15. So it's 15 to 20. 15 divided by 20 is 7.5. So we're on the 7.5 column. Yep, so he is firing down from a higher elevation. He's adjacent, so plus 2 for adjacent. Plus 1 for elevation is plus 3. All right, let me see if I missed any. All right, so he gets an S1, but I can't use the one below because it's a red one. There. That would be fire complete. Like that. And then over here on the right. By the way, well, I'll go ahead and talk about this. I don't think it would apply here, but this, when I moved this unit back one to well, to save it basically, well, help save it, and also help so it can pull back, recover suppression, and then try to get into the fortification. But this gives me an opportunity to talk about withdrawal movement. but this is why I don't think it applies. So first of all, the north edge of the map is, and in case I at all, north seeking arrow? Well, all right. Without looking any more for a north seeking arrow, I'm thinking that, as I recall, north should be that way. Okay, so this side of the map should be the north side. Okay, scratch that. I think I actually might be able to demonstrate this. I'm taking that back. Okay, so this is, if this is the north side, that would be the east side. Okay, so withdrawal movement is called for by the moving player. So the German player says withdrawal movement, and it obliges units to move toward their end of the board only. Now in another part of the rules, it says that, well, no, let me be clear. I'm going to use the retreat rules. Under the retreat rules, it says that German units must retreat north or east. Allied units must retreat towards the sea. So actually, that's not exactly withdrawal movement. That's not exactly friendly side of the boards, but I'm going to use that as I'm going to use that as the friendly sides of the board. So I'm going to use that as east and north are friendly sides for the German. Okay. Obliges units to move toward their end of the board only. It provides an additional -5 die roll modifier against enemy opportunity fire attacks, which is great. Now, the way they're moving, of course, the Germans are not subject to any opportunity fire as it is, because they're in the woods there, moving up the hill. So it doesn't actually apply, but we're going to still, so we actually have a little information marker, withdrawal movement, boop. So units using withdrawal movement may not make any fire attacks, so I wasn't going to anyways with that one. These units must always try to move further away from the enemy, which is what they did. They ignore S1 results, but must halt if S2 or higher results are made on them while moving in this manner. The intent of this rule is, okay, so I'm assuming that the fact that the unit was already at S1, I'm assuming that that's not an issue. I'm assuming that they're still eligible for this withdrawal movement. So there, I demonstrated withdrawal movement, something easy to forget, not at all actually I can't think of a single other game at this scale and scope that does this. This is the only one that I'm aware of that has this withdrawal movement mechanic, so it's very easy to forget.